It's the Chappie and Bengals podcast. It's been a while, bit of hiatus. How we doing today, Chappie?
We're good. Good. Playoff football.
I mean, we had some barn burners last night.
Barn burners. What a
wild,
start.
eh?
What a start. Honestly, both games electric. Fucking
We had
loved
some
every
funny
part of
tweets
it.
to go around on Twitter with those games as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw them, but we're a little late to starting the bracket, so we're a couple games behind. Today on the show, we're going to be diving into our picks for the playoffs. I know it's been a bit of a hiatus, but we got to get our picks out there in the universe. Last year, one of us had a solid bracket, predicted the winner, so let's see what we can do this time around. But Chappie, how's everything been, man?
It's been good, man. Up and down. Life is crazy, as you know, but yeah, no. Just fucking excited to sit down on Sunday here and fucking watch some football. And like I said, yesterday was a fucking wicked start to this whole thing. Some of the funnest fucking matchups. I thought Carolina honestly was going to pull it off. We've been talking a lot of shit all year. I think the best comment that you and I both had yesterday was the comment about the Bengals. And you're like, I hate these nobodies. Da, 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 da. I was like, you wish your somebodies were playing like these nobodies.
And I gave Chappie the old touche there because he was definitely correct. But yeah, like I said, we're going to dive into this. I think we'll touch on kind of those first matchups from yesterday briefly. This isn't going to be a massively long segment as we're filming this prior to the matchups here on the Sunday. But let's talk about that first one that you touched on right there, Carolina and the Rams. Obviously, Rams came out hot, 10-0. Let it slip away there. It was getting scary. It was very reminiscent of the first matchup between these two teams. Yeah. And it looked like, Carolina was going to squeak that one out, and that would have been a wow start to the playoffs.
Would have been awesome. I was rooting for him. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
I want to see some
Rams,
bigger matchups.
Bounce them.
Great story. I'm happy for Bryce and Carolina, and they came together. Their defense played amazing. That one cornerback on Carolina was shutting them down at the end, but hell of a game to finish off there. What'd you think after that all went down?
Yeah, no, honestly, I think the biggest thing was you knew Matt Stafford getting the ball. It was gonna he's still gonna do his thing. And
it looked
at the
rocky
end,
there though. He went through that.
It did look
stretch
rocky,
of
but there was about I think there was about 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and I was like, they had all their timeouts, they had everything that they needed. 2-minute warning. I was like, if they don't get this in, and then they did. Honestly, I thought they still got it in a little too soon. But you can't, what a pass. I can't remember who that was on the right hand side for the touchdown. Yeah, it was Parkinson, right? Yeah, what a fucking pass, man. So you can't say anything but Matt Stafford has been MVP level all season long, and seriously, when it counts, he's going to show up and still make it happen. And I think the craziest part was it just got that shoddy at the end for that to happen. Carolina, kudos to them all season long. This team has been fucking tough to play. And just kind of their defense. And there are pieces that are coming into that team, and we'll see how this kind of progresses in the next season. But kudos to them for a wicked season. Because I think we knew what the Rams were. The Rams are the favorites to win right now, the odds-on favorites. So, it's kind of nuts that it came down to that last couple plays in the game to kind of decide things. But it would have been wicked. I was like, if the fucking favorite gets bounced on Wild Card Weekend, it would be fucking insane.
I'm all for that if the team isn't fucking 8-9 with a home playoff
exactly.
game. You know what I mean? That's great. But I mean, I think last year we talked about how the Lions brought it up, how the rule change with seeding and how a team that just because they won the division but they're 8-9, they shouldn't get a home playoff game. Which at this point I'm starting to really agree with. They shouldn't have had a home playoff game, just kind of backing their way into the playoff spot like that. But I mean, the game turned out great. It's just nice to see in terms of Bryce Young and all the shit that they've kind of gone through. Dave Canales has this team playing really well. They're competitive. They're not consistent yet. Neither is Bryce. The team needs some more weapons. They need to develop a little bit more. But that was very encouraging to see. And that's a good thing for the league, right? You want these quarterbacks to develop into competitive players, and you want more of that parity throughout the league. So that was exciting to see. But yeah, man, you had Stafford on display there at the end, and I was scared. I was a little scared after he hit his hand. It wasn't looking good. Some of the throws were off. And I just, man, I don't know if you saw the comment at the end where in the presser, Devontae Adams, like, Stafford walked into the huddle, and he's just like, man, let's just go out there and steal these guys' hearts, man. And they went on that game-winning drive. That's fucking awesome. I love that shit. But that's what Stafford's been doing.
He's that guy, though, man. Like, Stafford has kind of pushed himself into that, like, top quarterback that have played in this game, right? Like, obviously he's been there long enough, and obviously his passing pedigree is definitely there. And just how many, obviously, major wide receivers this guy's influenced. But, like, it's kind of crazy to see the ascension of his own persona on a lot of this stuff. And, you know what he is. He's a fucking gamer, but when it was back in his hands, you kind of knew where the game was going to go, especially just how the Rams have played this season. So, kudos to them too. Yeah,
wicked game. And I do want to shout out, I just had to pull up his name, make sure I get it right here. Mike Jackson, the cornerback for Carolina, wicked. Apparently he was drafted in the 5th round in 2019 for Carolina.
Yeah,
but man, he was shutting them down. Like, it throws to Devontae Adams. It just wasn't happening with Mike Jackson playing, and he was stellar. That Carolina defense stepped up and played really well, but ultimately, like you said, that's an MVP quarterback right there. That's one of the best head coaches in the league, if not the best. And that team is going to be fun to watch down the stretch here. Wicked game to start us off. But that second one we get into wasn't so hot to start. Thought it was going to be a blowout. Jeff, you had a little preliminary comment on that game once we started watching that. And lo and behold, turned into an absolute heater of a playoff match. And it was awesome. So what were your thoughts on that?
What is with this Bears team, man? And just these comebacks. And to be fair, the Packers have been losing games late and making things more interesting than they should, especially in the last 4 or 5 weeks where injuries have just kind of strapped them between Josh Jacobs' health and whether or not he's good, and Jordan Love up and down this season, and whatever the case. A lot of this stuff, you've looked at, obviously Parsons out, all this shit that's happened to their team, and you could just tell they're grinding through these games over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And then I was like, shit, they got up. Okay, that's a good thing for the Packers. Yeah. They should be able to, if they can hold this, it shouldn't be a problem. But honestly impressive considering all the shit that they've been dealing with. Josh Jacobs had been clearly utilized more in this game, much more than the last couple weeks. It's kind of
weird, his usage. He was returning kicks in the second half. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I think that's just playoff shit, right? But at the end of the day,
confuses me a lot.
But it's been off because of his knee injury all season long. So it's the last, I want to say 5-6 weeks, you can really tell that they're if we lose Josh Jacobs, we're done, right? So they've been kind of holding them back in a lot of ways. There was a couple games where they didn't even use him in the fourth quarter, and they just went to Emmanuel Wilson for a large majority of it because they were just, I think what it was is they were just saving him for this game. And then you can kind of tell that they were fuck, we have to lay it all out here. And I think they thought they were in a good spot. And then, Caleb just kind of started doing some shit. And you just watch.
What
can you say about Caleb Williams?
Fucking sucks. You watch him and you're like, this guy is so shit. And then he goes and makes that 4th down throw, and it's
what an incredible throw. Yeah,
and
that's
you're looking
it.
At that that's going, that's one of the most amazing throws I've ever seen. The most clutch throws you've ever seen, right? But he's just so god awful in just the basic parts of the game. I don't know.
I'm a believer now. I've been saying that all season long. Number one, Ben Johnson has invigorated this team in a way that they weren't before. All this shit. But the best part about this was just the fact that as that thing was slipping away, you could tell on Matt LaFleur's face that he was just fuck. I don't have much else to give here. And this is what was happening over the last 6 weeks. They were just fuck. If I can manage out of this, sure. But that the team is just deflated, and it's happened to them numerous times.
Yeah.
So
I don't know what it is, but
Jordan Love had a great game. Like, it wasn't on Jordan Love's shoulders at all. 4 touchdowns.
Yards.
Yeah, he had a fantastic game.
Yeah, and that's tough to be put in that situation because the Packers defense just kind of fell apart. Like, you can't let a team in like that. And it's just, I don't know what it is, but like you said, you can't really fault Jordan Love necessarily for that one.
No.
Like, they just,
and we thought we were going there. We said to ourselves, like, you and me were back and forth, and we're like, wait until Jordan Love becomes the pumpkin, and it never happened. Like, like right until the end of the game, like, the last drive was a little bit, but he still got down to the red zone. So it's like, what can you fault for that? So,
but even before that, like, he had that go ahead, another score to make it another 2-possession game. Like, they went up, like, that should have been it, and then you let him back in, and it was like, how did that just happen? It's pretty crazy to even think that happened, but the jury's out on Jordan Love's just not, he's not winning the game. Like, you need to win the game. You're not going to get those excuses. You're the quarterback. I know statistically, he played great, this and that, but I think the whole third quarter, that offense didn't do a damn thing. I think there was like 6 yards of total
Josh
offense,
Jacobs was stuffed on the actual
every time.
yardage.
They could not run the ball at all.
They kept
but
trying,
they were throwing so well.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of got a little pissed because it was 21-6, right? And you know, the teams just, let's just run the ball, let's get comfortable. And they stopped letting Love throw, and that's where their offense sputtered. It's like, man, just dagger these guys. Keep going at them, because Chicago's pass defense was atrocious in that game. They were getting butchered. And you just couldn't, I can't believe that happened. Like, I can't believe they let that happen.
Yeah.
But aside from that, one of the greatest playoff games I've ever seen.
It was awesome. So the number one cool. With the 5 minutes and like 30 seconds or whatever it was when Josh Allen, when Caleb Williams made that throw.
Excited over there.
I am excited. Sure. Let's get this shit started. When Caleb Williams made that throw, which again, it was awesome. I love the Air Caleb shit that's on the thing right now, and just like with Chicago and everything there, like that's dope. But I think that play, because it was basically like, if you look at the like percentage of their opportunity to win, like if that didn't happen, it was done. So that literally saved the game and then took it off from there, and everything that followed it was just so crazy. I don't know what the heated rivalry is between Matt LaFleur and Ben Johnson, but I'm living for it.
He came out and said that fucking thing in the presser, man.
Exactly.
That's a tough way to go out if you're LaFleur, man.
That's a tough way to go. Yeah. And that's, I was like, that guy's stone face as he's ready to shake that guy's hand. Good game, and he doesn't fucking say anything. But if you look back, there was a bunch of shit on Twitter today about the handshakes and how fast they were. So basically he had like scuffed them off and just quick like handshake and go. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, just awesome.
That's going to be a great rivalry.
Yeah, it's going to be a wicked rivalry. Yeah.
I know it's been like there.
It has been a wicked rivalry, but it has.
It always has, especially with Rodgers talking shit about it. But the thing I was looking at was in the dressing room, in the locker room. I don't know if you saw it, the video of Ben Johnson giving out the game balls.
Yeah.
You see that? And how Caleb was talking about him? That was pretty wild. And I look at that and I'm like, holy fuck. With all the turmoil like my team's going through, it's like I've never heard a player talk about my head coach like that, which was pretty cool to see. So,
no, that's what you need, honestly. And like from the whole perspective of everything, and obviously with the 4th and 2 day segments that you have and talking about Zach Taylor and how trash this guy is, like the players do seem to not completely trash Zach Taylor, right? But you never see them outspoken like that. And that's the other thing, where it's like, defending or doing this kind of stuff. So that team, and I think that's born out of the culture that was in Detroit too, where everyone just got behind Dan Campbell, right? And you had that feeling of like camaraderie in the team and the coach and everything. And then he's brought that element to Chicago and brought that team together. Liam Cohen has done the same thing in Jacksonville. Like these guys should be coach of the year because of just what they've done. Like the teams are complete 180 turnarounds through them. Like that's just a simplicity to it. And you're talking about player talent and what's on Jacksonville, and you're talking about what's on Chicago right now. Like It's crazy. Not to say that they're not going to ascend next year into something, similar to the Bengals offense, but like it's still pretty fucking wild, man. Like what they've done. So, and they're just, you could tell it's confidence, and it's nothing less than that. Like they're just confident in what they're doing, and they're getting built up through their coach. And that's what you need. You need to have that power, right? So
that's huge. And that's a big thing I've been talking about this whole year is just like, look at all the new coaches that have come in and changed the philosophy of these organizations. They have them in the playoffs, from like Liam Cohen, like you said, Vrabel with New England, Sean Payton, what he did with Denver, like all these different coaches, right? And that's kind of the point that I get at with my segments is like, man, you got an opportunity here. And now look at the talent pool we got at head coach this offseason. And the Bengals are like, no, we're going to sit here and retain our shitty head coach. Like, it's wild. It's
9 head coaches have been relieved of their fucking roles.
Yeah.
And Zach Taylor still has a job. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's wild to me. But no, that's cool to see, man. It's, you know what the good thing is about this postseason so far, and me and Val were talking about it this morning, was there was no like controversial flags. Like the officials didn't ruin the games. These are like young quarterbacks creating new narratives in the league, and it's all fresh, right? It's not the same shit. It's not a like guaranteed Chiefs win. This is all new parity within the league, and it's refreshing. It's definitely refreshing to watch.
You're absolutely right, for sure.
So very cool, very cool. But yeah, we want to get into our playoff bracket here before the game starts. So we got about like 12 minutes before the Buffalo and Jacksonville game kicks off.
Yes.
And I want to see where your head's at with the playoff bracket here, Chappie, and we'll see. We'll see where we go. If I have any thoughts of who you're taking in the Super Bowl, I think it's right there on your chest. But
it is, yes.
To me,
it's going to skew it. It's going to skew it. There's no other thing. I was looking at this Jacksonville matchup here, and I don't love it. I do not love this game. One bit.
And we'll talk about it when we get into it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you go first. We're going to bring up the bracket here.
Yeah.
And we're going to go through this right now, and we're going to see exactly who we got going and winning the Super Bowl this year. So, Chappie, I'll let you have at it. Why don't you start with the AFC side, since we're talking Bills, Jaguars here?
I got to go Bills. There's nothing else that I'm going to do except go Bills here.
Why?
Well, number one, I think it's Josh Allen's fucking perfect shot for this thing. That's the number one, is with what you were just talking about, parity in the league, where all the teams are currently sitting. The opportunity is here and now. There's no big bad wolf on the other side of this, so you got to go through and fucking do your thing. I think he's going to throw up 3 times before a game and twice inside the game, and he's going to fucking come out and be Josh Allen. Now, that being said, the Jaguars and that other guy, Trevor Lawrence, have been playing fucking great. Their defense has been great.
They're playing the best going into the playoffs.
Yes. They are playing 100% of all the teams right now, outside maybe the Patriots, but we know it's a soft schedule, have been playing fantastic. And same with the Jaguars. I think they played the Titans. Like, it's not they've been a bit of a softer schedule, but they've been crushing teams. So and the run game has come alive, and Trevor Lawrence has come alive. So like what we know about Trevor Lawrence coming into the league, that's what we expected a couple seasons ago. So it's starting to come out. So that's what makes me nervous about this. The run game being the focus of Jacksonville, and their defense being strong, makes me nervous about how the Bills' offense is run, and the fact that the defense for the Bills can't stop the fucking run. So both of those things make me nervous about this game. But I do think ultimately Josh Allen's going to pull off Josh Allen MVP type of shit and come through. And that's going to be where I sit for that one. As far as the Chargers and the Patriots go, I will go with the Patriots. I do think that the Patriots are sneaky. They've been limiting on defense. I think the Chargers have been kind of up and down hurt all season long. They do have everything kind of going their way right now in terms of health. I'd have to check in to see if there's any major injuries. I can't remember if, I think, who was it that was down and out? That was a big fucking deal. For that being said, Yeah, no, for the Chargers. But
not the
they've been
back,
struggling on the offensive line, right? Like they've just been hurt big time.
Yeah, that's kind of been an all-year thing, and obviously
all year, and that's whether or not they're still going to be able to do it. But that's the only thing that makes me nervous about, honestly, the Chargers is just whether or not Herbert can kind of come out of that and have a big game. But honestly, the Patriots have just been shutting things down, and they've got a good, again, kind of these, we're talking about culture with teams. Both these teams have been just on the rise, right? So good head coaching, good team overall. Like both teams are honestly pretty even. So I'm going to give the edge to the Patriots just because I think Drake May has been playing better. And I want to say that I'm just going to lean on the Patriots in terms of their run game. What they're going to maybe do throughout this game is just kind of lean run and obviously make some completions where needed. Drake May's been phenomenal all season long. And that's it for that. I don't have to get too much more into detail there.
I just like where this is going because I'm like, I'm looking at where
the opposite?
Mine is going to land, and I'm loving where this is going right now. So,
this is what happened last year too. Exactly. Actually, I got this shit right, and then everything else fell apart.
And I didn't get this shit right, but
you got this wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
but that's because I was biased, and I was like,
you just said,
I think I took Pittsburgh to beat like, who was it? Like, what was the first matchups? I took somebody.
Was it Ravens?
Yeah, it was something like that. I took somebody to beat the Ravens early, and it was like, no, that wasn't that. It was the Ravens. It was Pittsburgh.
It was the Ravens, yeah. And then Houston Steelers. I think Houston's going to win this. I think Houston's just going to,
Nothing.
I just think Houston's defense is just going to be tough. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have to fucking make some moves, and like Aaron Rodgers has been playing fucking awesome. One thing I've come to just really respect is how much of a fucking dog Aaron Rodgers is and how much of a fucking surgeon general this guy is. Like, this guy is, he picks apart, and just when he gets into like even the 2-minute drills at the end, that's why I laughed. This year, comparatively to Russell Wilson's awful fucking showing in the last 5 games of last year, is just night and day. And it's Aaron Rodgers, so you can't count him out. But I just think the Texans are going to shut it down on defense. I think there's too many things
I think
here
that
annihilate
them on the defensive line.
Yeah, and then you just got to get a little bit of offense rolling for Houston, and I think they're going to be able to win this. But yeah, it's that's kind of where I'm lying right now. Is just I think Houston's defense is just going to stop things. Like, they've just been really good all season long. There's nothing really that. Like, offensively, they haven't been crazy because they've dealt with injuries and stuff. But yeah, I can't count them out. So I'm gonna go Houston.
Yeah, cool. Okay, now let's bounce over the NFC side.
Well,
I guess we gotta. Yeah, we'll run through the entire AFC. I was gonna kind of do it like each segment and then kind of work our way through. But we'll go.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, well, we've kind of already decided these top two, given yesterday.
Okay, go ahead. You got. I want to make sure that this thing reallocates properly, like the seating.
Yeah.
Because Broncos are 1, Bills are, what is their seed right now? Bills are 6, so they would be the lesser seed. Yeah, because Houston's 5, Patriots are 2, so that would be the matchup for sure. So who you got?
Bills.
Oh God, do I just click this through, or what are we doing here?
Just click it through. Just put Bills. Just don't
all the way
worry
to the
about
Super Bowl. Okay, so Bills over Broncos. What's your thought process here?
Josh Allen. There's not much to it, honestly. I think if I'm being an absolute like non-homer here, I do believe Denver will likely shut this down here. There's a potential there, but I'm not going to go there.
Stop being a homer and give.
I'm not going to go there. I'm just not going to do it.
Okay, so
I'm going to go with my Bills.
Incoming. Okay, cool.
We got a bias bracket. It's like yours fucking wouldn't be with the Bengals, but yeah, we're going to go Bills. I honestly do think that Denver has and most likely should take this game. Just from the defense point of view, the biggest part for me is the Denver offense and the Bills offense isn't too far apart, and I think the Denver defense is just night and day better than the Bills defense as it stands.
That's fair.
And even with injuries, like, I still think the Bills have just given up way too much on defense. So I would say that the likely choice and the best choice would be Denver in this scenario. But I can't do that. I just can't do that. I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go with my Bills. And that's it.
Okay, now we got Patriots-Texans. I don't like the way this bracket is looking, if I'm going to say so. Oh, God.
Yeah.
So Patriots-Houston.
Yeah.
Who you got? Oh, God. You're really going to go Bills-Patriots in the fucking...
I'm going to go Bills-Patriots.
That's gross.
Hey,
that is gross.
Times of old. And then when it comes down to it, we're just going to shut this shit down.
That would actually be epic.
Yeah.
If that was
it would be awesome. I think it would be fantastic.
Epic.
I think the NFL wants that. I don't think they want Bills Houston. Now, granted, there's a plethora of other options there that could happen. But I'm going to say that the Patriots are going to continue to play Patriots ball, and I think Houston would honestly shut this down. Again, if the defense is going to be the options here, then Houston and Denver likely would carry this forward. But I just don't necessarily agree that the way that Drake May's played and the way that Josh Allen has played, that they're not going to be able to do it. And James Cook has been fantastic too. So in that sense, I'm going to go just with the Patriots, and we're going to go circa back to the days where, the Patriots and the Bills used to play often and get maybe shit on. But we're going to cycle that back, and we're going to say, fuck you, Patriots, and we're going to go Bills to the Super Bowl. This is the time of the Bills.
All right, so we got Bills representing the AFC. Now let's go over to the NFC, where we already know the outcome of 2 games, but I need your complete and honest opinion as to who you would have taken, and I know for a fact it's probably not the Chicago Bears, based on the text you sent me earlier.
What are you talking about? Read that text.
Fair. You did say Caleb was.
I said Bears. I said Caleb was going to shit on the Packers.
That's fair.
So 100%, I got that. Did it happen the way I thought it was going to happen?
LA,
no,
for sure.
But I would have taken LA 100%. Yeah. In terms of San Fran and Philly right now, I have San Fran. I think
winning.
San Fran.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's bold.
Yeah, I think San Fran. I think Philly has just been playing a weird season, just off. I can't really get a sense of what's going on with Philadelphia Eagles. We've talked about this, how it's like the Philly Chronicles. Like every new week is a new week to Philly. And I think San Fran's just sneaky, man. I think Brock Purdy coming back, he's been playing fantastic. I think Christian McCaffrey has the opportunity to run on the Philly team. And I think with George Kittle and Juwan Jennings and some of the other assets, there's an opportunity here to kind of play down on Philly. So I think that if San Fran can get up in this game, with Jalen Hurts having to pass the way that he's kind of executed on things this season, and that being a very tough game to play, and as well as the run game for the Eagles just not being great this season. And I don't think that San Fran, will give up a lot of yards there. So I have San Fran. So that's my bracket. Yeah.
That's bold.
100%.
Okay. So I'm looking at the layout right now, and if this is how it turns out, the matchup wouldn't be the Bears and San Fran.
Yeah.
It would be the Bears and the Rams, and then Seattle and San Fran, if this was to play out. So moving forward, this bracket's not adjusting on the fly, but let's say, okay, you got the Rams and the Bears. Who are you taking in that game? And then
Rams.
Seattle, San Fran. So you're going
I will take the Rams. Yeah, I would still take the Rams here.
Shuffle seating. I wonder if this fucks it up. Oh, that's fun. What just happened?
Yeah, that's wicked.
This is, guys, just
bracketfights.com is not it.
Proper thing here, because you're not resetting for us. We got Bills, Patriots, Texans, Bills, Patriots, Bills to the finals. Okay, San Fran. Let's see if we can fix this. Boom. Okay, you got LA, but then in the other matchup, you'd probably have Seattle.
Yeah, I was actually halfway in between on this, but I would still take Seattle.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's it.
All right.
We figured it out. So this is your NFC Championship game.
Yeah, for those that are listening, we are messing around with a terrible website, and that's
so that would go there. Yes, and then LA would go here.
There we go. All right,
we're getting somewhere.
Yeah,
that's it. And then look at that. I mean, I think this is consensus NFC Championship game for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm half and half on the Seahawks and San Fran. I think San Fran could be a sneaky team here. I do think the Seahawks overall, just on the offense, have just been fucking awesome. But as I've learned in the past, you don't bet on Sam Darnold.
No, exactly.
When it comes to this,
that's the one piece.
I'm going to be a contrarian here. I'm going to go a little off the books again. I'm going to say San Fran goes to the NFC. And the Seahawks get bounced here.
You're gonna take this in here, and it's gonna be LA San Fran.
Yes.
Wow. So either way, we're getting an NFC West divisional matchup in the championship game. I like that. That's spicy. So also the funny thing here is, okay, if San Fran makes it this far, the Super Bowl is also in San Francisco this year. So what are we thinking here?
Would be pretty awesome.
Who goes?
This I still think is going to be the Rams.
All right.
I still think there's just too much with the Rams, the way that they're built, the way that things have gone this season, the way Stafford has played, and just the way that, honestly, San Fran at this point has given up passing yards. And that's the only thing that I kind of said to myself, even between Seattle and San Francisco, is San Francisco has given up a lot of passing yards and a lot of receiving yards to the guys. And at the end of the day, if you're going against Puka and Devontae and that core with Matt Stafford throwing the ball, I'm going to take Matt Stafford and the Rams. So
fair enough.
Bills, Rams.
Do I have to guess who you're going to take to win this thing?
Just do it.
Bills it is. There's your champion.
Bills it is.
Josh Allen gets it done. You know what's going to suck is if this actually happens, it'll be Josh Allen actually beat the Rams in the Super Bowl and Joe Burrow didn't. Yeah. That would suck. That would suck. But that's how I feel. I'd be down for that matchup.
Yeah, I think that's a wicked bracket, to be fair. I think there's solid matchup, there's things going. I had a sense of the other two, and I think San Fran honestly is a dark horse. And I just think that's how it's going to run. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I don't like how banged up they are, and we saw what happens when they play a tough defense last week. So
did you happen to see any of that theory online about the electricity or the way where
that
it is?
Thing that's the power plants or whatever that's
power
across
plant
the
is right next to it.
How it's tearing everyone's ligaments.
I was like, what kind of conspiracy thing is this?
Theories
and whether or not that has any facts to it would be nuts.
I have no idea, but I would love to actually dive into that. That's hilarious. Okay, there you have it, Chappie's playoff bracket for the 2026 Super Bowl. Now,
love it.
Let's reset this bad boy and get into the bracket. That's actually going to win you some money. So, let's fire it up. All right, I'm going to start on the AFC side. I actually have the Jaguars. We're going to start off hot here, and I'm going to eliminate your Super Bowl champion right out of the gate. I'm going to take the Jags. I just think they're playing the best football at this time, and I think there's a lot to be said about that because it does help in these spots. I think they're at home. I think they're playing better complementary football. And I don't like what I've seen from the Buffalo Bills as a whole. And it's, to me, I like where this Jacksonville team is at. It's not going to be an easy one. You're going to get Josh Allen, but I do think the Jaguars pull this one out. And then you're going to have the offseason talks about the Bills and how they couldn't get it done in, the year of opportunity for them. This was supposed to be their year, so can't wait for those chats. And then we're going to bounce over here to the Chargers and the Patriots, and I'm actually going to go with the Chargers in this game. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've talked about it all season. I think New England's had a Mickey Mouse schedule. This is the first time they'll ever be playing a top 10 or top 5 defense in the league with the Chargers. And I think this is the best team they've played all year. And I think they're going to have their hands full against this Chargers team, banged up or not. I think it's going to be, a close game, but I think the Chargers pull away with this one. And then we go to Houston, Pittsburgh. Obviously, I'm taking Houston. I just think their defense is tremendous. And part of me thinks this Houston team could get to the Super Bowl with what's happening in this AFC bracket. Yeah. But I just don't think they have the offense to do so quite yet. So, but we're going to get to the second round. I got to make sure that these line up properly. So Houston's a 5 seed, Chargers are a 7 seed, so that wouldn't work. So Denver's the 1 seed. They would play the Chargers. Jacksonville would play Houston. Now, moving forward, I got the Chargers upsetting the Broncos in this matchup. I think both the 1 and 2 seeds are one and done in the AFC. I just think as great seasons as they've had, I think they haven't played formidable opponents. And I also think Denver is overrated. I don't think Bo Nix is that guy. I think they have a tremendous team. They're going to be tough to beat on home field with home field advantage, but I just don't think they're that team quite yet. I don't know what Bo Nix is, and I just don't trust him. So I'm going to take the Chargers. And then in the next bracket, I'm going to take Jacksonville. And I'm going to ride the hot hand here of the team that's playing the best. I think they're going to beat Houston in a divisional matchup. And then who's going to go to the Super Bowl? I think it's going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're ultimately just going to ride it all the way through. I think they're the better team. They're going to have the home matchups throughout, and I think they're going to take it, and I think this Jacksonville team gets it done. So that's my AFC play. Trevor Lawrence getting to the Super Bowl after we talked all that shit. That's gonna be interesting.
I was going to say, what is going on here? That's what happened. Incredible.
Like, you just gotta get it done. Like when you're in the moment and shit's going your way and a team's playing together, like that's really all it takes.
They're playing incredibly well together. This team is, like we were just saying, buzzing. If not for the Bears on the other side doing the exact same thing. But this is yeah. Oh, all right. Fuck it. I like it. Yep. Trevor Lawrence. This is your legacy story here right now.
That's it. So, now, on the NFC side of things, I was rolling with you too. LA obviously going in. I had the Bears winning that game, although it was not looking good. I just, as much as like the Packers, I tell you, are like they win the wild card. I just thought the Bears were playing better at the time. Kind of with these comeback games. It was in Chicago. I think that was going to be tough for them. Josh Jacobs banged up. Chicago ultimately pulled it off, although that was a wild game. And then on the other side, I'm going to be taking the Eagles. I will not be taking the 49ers. I think the 49ers are a little bit too banged up in certain areas. I think you saw them struggle against a good defense last week against Seattle. Now you got to go on the road to Philly and play a very good defense as well. I think that's going to give Brock Purdy a lot of problems. I think this is going to be a dump-off game to McCaffrey, but I ultimately think the Eagles are going to be able to bully San Francisco's defense because I don't think they have the playmakers on that side of the ball. So next matchups after that, let's make sure the seeding is good here. So Philly is the 3 seed, Chicago's the 2 seed, and then you got the Rams are the 5 seed, Seattle's the 1 seed. So this is how it would actually play out if it was to go forward. So you got Philly, Chicago, LA, Seattle. I'm going to start this off hot by saying LA gets redemption against Seattle. Darnold turns into that pumpkin. It's going to be a great game, but ultimately Stafford and this Rams team keep it rolling. And then you got Bears, Eagles. This is going to be a tough one. This is a tough one because I just don't trust the way the Eagles are playing. I think this is going to be a disgusting under of a game. And it's going to also be in Chicago, which is going to be tough. I think it's going to be gross, but ultimately I think the Eagles get it done just based with experience and who they got. So we got Eagles-Rams. NFC Championship game. This is going to be a rematch of the game they played last year in the playoffs. And I think this time the Rams get the better of them. We got the Rams in the Super Bowl. So we got Rams-Jaguars. That's going to be my matchup. And obviously, I've been cheering for the Rams. I'm going to be a little bit biased too. Yeah. I'm going to take the Rams as your Super Bowl champions. They get it done. You got MVP Stafford, Sean McVay, and I think Stafford potentially sails off into the sunset with the win.
There you go. Okay, wow.
Beautiful.
All right. I don't hate it.
It's a little spicy.
I think it makes sense. I think it's a little bit safe.
Consensus.
It's a little safe.
It's a little biased.
I think it's a little safe.
We're all biased.
It's a little biased for sure.
Just a little.
I think it's a little
eliminating
safe.
the Patriots in the first round, definitely biased.
Yeah, but that's okay.
So,
That one I like. I the Patriots, just if any time when they're going to go out, it might as well just be there, right?
fair.
So,
Yep.
I don't
think
hate
they're
it.
have a tough one. Pressure's on.
I think it's going to be tough for sure. I think the Patriots we've talked about it all season long, and the whole Patriots like next season when they actually have a schedule to play against, we'll see how well they do, and if Drake May is still that MVP talent that we're saying he is today. But I think he is definitely solid. But he's calm, cool, and collected. I think that bodes well. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see whether or not, in all reality, that playing a tough defense is actually going to bring the shine out or not. Like, is he actually going to be that guy? We'll see.
And does the Rams play from yesterday scare me a little bit with my Super Bowl pick? Absolutely it does. But I feel like that, overcoming that too is going to be huge for them moving forward. And that stuff can, really get the team rolling in the way that they need to.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, that's our picks. That's our picks for the 2026 Super Bowl. We'll see how we do. Obviously, we'll be back to do recaps and previews the rest of the way through the playoffs. All the way through into the offseason, keep the show rolling. But, Chap, you got anything else you want to throw in here before we turn this off and go watch the Bills get their asses
like
kicked
and subscribe, folks, and shut the fuck up, Bengals. We are going to win today. We're going to win this whole thing, unlike the Bengals for the 4th season in a row.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah. So, it's like and subscribe to the channel, guys. Check out 4th and Who Day. It's Bengals show over there. I'll be adding some content here soon on my own kind of separate side, likely towards baseball. So if you're into that, please check it out. We're going to be talking a lot of fantasy baseball stuff soon. So head into that. But for this week, it's football, baby. We're getting into
it.
So
you guys enjoy your wild card Sunday. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, like, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Chappie and Bengals, we're out.